Obligatory podcast intro.
Hello and welcome. This is Flipping Pages with Matt and Adam. I'm Matt with my co-host Adam, and this is where we take all 38 letters of the alphabet and we put it into a jar and draw a letter and pick a comic that corresponds with the letter we chose. I don't know what his is, and he doesn't know what I read.
Nope.
So I'm gonna kick it off.
Excellent.
So I got I drew O. What did you draw?
L.
You got L. That's
got
what I got
L.
last week.
Yes.
So it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Because we're for real. We just throw them in there and pull it out. So I drew O, and I landed on Orphan and the Five Beasts by James Stokoe. Came out in 2022. It's a
So it's new.
so yeah, yeah. We'll get into
okay.
it. Yeah, exactly. So James Stokoe, 2022. It's a kung fu epic. It's like fantasy grindhouse,
Okay.
and it looks like Liquid Television
Okay. So
with like Far Side kind of thrown in. It's cool art. Don't get me wrong.
all right.
It's pretty crazy. It's
Yeah.
fun to look at. He's real busy. He's got a lot of stuff going on the page, so
Okay.
it's pretty
That's
cool.
awesome.
So spurred on by her master's dying words, the adopted warrior Orphan Mo, to find and kill 5 former disciples who now threaten the land with corruption from their demonic powers. So basically, Orphan Mo has this master. They never say his name, at least in the. I read the first 2 issues, so
Okay,
they never
all right.
actually said his name. It was just Master. And Orphan Mo is there. She's learned his art. That's what he calls it. And it's you have to fully commit yourself to it. It's very serious stuff. If you
Gotcha.
don't, it corrupts.
Okay.
So,
Power. Is it the power? It corrupts
It just I mean, I guess they haven't got into it because, like I said, I only read the first
early.
2.
Okay.
And so they haven't delved into it too much, but that's what I've gathered. That if you don't fully commit to his art, his teachings, and like for your life, it will eventually corrupt you.
Okay, I understand.
So that's so the 5 villagers they show up to this master. I'll just call him the master.
Okay.
There's a bandit king. There's a wolf shaped like a man. That's what they say. So big old bastard shaped like a man, wolf head. Super cool looking, actually. He's pretty badass. He's just terrorizing everything. He just took over, and he's basically running it like a mobster. This is mine. You pay me. I take what I want.
That sounds
So, right? It's a good gig,
Yeah.
I'm guessing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when you're like the size of a freaking house.
Yeah, that helps a
He's
little.
pretty big, I believe. Yes. So, these 5 villagers come to the master, and they want to learn the ways to his art, and they want to destroy the bandit king, the wolf shaped like a man. That's what they call him, the bandit king. So the art is old and terrible, requires absolute commitment, and if they want to learn the art, they must, give themselves to his house fully.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And they do it. They're like none declined. They were like, all right, yeah, we got you. We'll do that. And they learned it real easily. They took to it super quick. And actually, I didn't want to cover everything, so people
No,
if you
yeah.
want to read
I
it,
understand,
I'm gonna
I
skip some
understand,
stuff. But they
yeah.
break down the 5 villagers as like, this guy is strength. This one is, they all have attributes like
Okay. Yeah.
where was I? Oh, so they destroyed the Bandit King. It was really like a non-issue. They just kind of skipped to the next page, and they're like, the wolf shaped like a man is dead.
It happened off page.
Yeah, like
Wow.
you didn't see no battle. They just learned his art and like ran off to
whooped?
go. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Ran off and was like, we'll take care of him.
That's
so
kinda cool.
then the main plot kind of starts where a man shows up to the master's house, and he's got a wolf burn mark on his forehead. And the master was like, oh, well, the wolf guy is dead. The bandit king's dead. The last time I saw that sign, it was, I know who it is.
Okay.
So he starts telling Orphan Mo about these 5 disciples that showed up. And
The villagers
so
that
they're
showed up,
basically corrupted now. And I don't want to go too far into it, but like those are the 5 demons that are corrupting the land that they live in. And he's like, these are my former disciples. I need you, my current disciple, to go take care of them.
Dang, that's kind of rough.
Right? So, but each 5 is like really interesting, real specific, crazy characters. Like the first guy is named Thunder Thighs. And in the master was like, his legs were really strong, so I'm going to teach him this aspect of the art.
very
only.
literal.
And was like, I'm going to give you leg powers, basically. So this is a small part. With this fool is like bored. He's like yelling at his men like, yo, bring me horses. And then he gets on top of them and just squeezes them with his legs until they explode. And he's just like, oh, yeah, I love that. Like, bring me some more. He like, go to town, steal some horses so I can crush them with my legs. So he does that to people. And
Oh, that's awesome.
it's wild. So
that's super cool.
She has to go out and fight it. And she's a cool character. She's real straightforward, no nonsense, but
Okay.
you like
That's
her.
cool.
And she doesn't seem like too resistant to it. She's just like, all right, I got
Goes
it.
with it.
Got to go kill these guys. They're like, okay. She seems a little, what is it? Super like zealous.
Zealot.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
she's really rides hard for his art. So
Okay.
I guess if she ever breaks off that path, she probably get corrupted and turn into. And I gotta say, these guys develop demon powers. So it's unclear if they are demons firsthand because it says 5 villagers.
Right.
But
and
I think along the line of all these years, either the art has corrupted them and they've developed these demonic powers. Again, like I said, I only read a few issues.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I didn't go too far into it. And I don't want to say what happens with Thunder Thighs or anything, but a real quick thing, the second guy, I will get into him a little bit. He's really cool. He was one of the he was super into this guy's art. He said he's real curious, and he's like, I want to learn everything I can about this, everything I can, absolutely, to do with this. I want to be the most powerful one. And they say he was real curious, so he ends up learning it. And when they leave to go kill the Bandit King, and they all kind of break off on their own, he finds someone who's cooking. Yeah. And because he's like a real curious guy, he gets into cooking.
Okay.
So I guess along the way, after his demonic powers show up or start to manifest, he finds out he can cut chunks off his arm and they'll grow back. But he cooks them. And when people eat them, they go absolutely crazy.
Like they like it?
They love it. Like all the other restaurants in town have like closed down because the rowdy steakhouse down the street, and it's just everyone's like,
They take all the business?
if they drop a piece of meat on the floor, it's like a madhouse. They just go crazy for it. It's like zombies with a human. Like
Wendigo type
so
behavior.
yeah, they're obviously influenced, like, but they go crazy.
Yeah.
It's like a hopping place. You know what I mean?
He's
Just don't
making
drop
money,
the meat.
making money off his arm.
Yeah, so he's like, yeah, I'll be right back. I'll cook you up something good. And he's back there slicing himself up and stuff. Anyway, when Orphan Mo fights him, this is the only one I'll spoil and tell you.
No,
about.
that's
Spoilers for everything. Sorry.
Of course.
Real quick.
As usual.
You could also turn this off and go read it. So, I mean, it's on
We
you.
suggest that
but
usually.
We should say it.
Yeah. We
At
probably
least.
should.
Spoiler. But anyway, she starts fighting him, right? And they're in the kitchen because that's where she found him cutting his arm off and stuff. And she ends up, they're scrapping, and she throws like a bunch of bags of flour in the air and then starts pelting them with eggs and then hits them with a bag of breadcrumbs. And then she puts them in the soup, like in the big cauldron.
Cauldron.
Yeah, something. Yeah, just a giant dish for cooking. And she puts him in there, and he dies, right? That's how she stops him. But at the last second, his hand pops out and grabs the salt. It like drops some into the
He salt bays it before he dies?
I think it was salt bay because his arm was curled like this and he drops it in, and I was like, oh, that's cool. I didn't associate it with Salt Bay immediately. I just thought it was funny.
Or
This dude was
Terminator.
like,
Terminator 2.
with
When he's
salt,
going down into the...
but with salt.
yeah, but with salt.
Gross. But I thought that
picture
was
it.
cool. Before I thought
is.
of
It
Salt
is.
Bay, I was like, I like that. That's
No,
pretty-
that's
So the
honestly
book
good.
is wild. Obviously, it's
Yeah.
it's not straightforward
And this
like
is in
kung
2
fu.
issues, right? You're saying everything that you're saying happened in 2 issues?
Oh,
Or
my
more?
bad. I lied. I
You
read 4.
Yeah.
Which goes into my next point, is what I was going to get
Okay,
into.
cool.
Is apparently this dude, the author James Stokoe.
Yeah, I'd never heard of him before.
He
this.
wrote, drew, did all this, and I didn't catch the company. It's at home, it's digital,
you're
so
good.
I didn't catch that. I should have wrote that down. But apparently he's done this before. This guy wrote Orc Trail and was Aliens. I don't even want to say it because I'm probably gonna get it wrong.
Right.
One of these aliens
Okay.
comic books that were really good. People loved it, and apparently he's done this with other comics, is where he'll write a good chunk of it and then just stop.
Stop.
Yeah, so I got an article. I found it online. Kind of explains what happens when he does this. So his latest blast of high-risk cooking stalls before the main course gets going. Orphan and the Five Beasts was announced and promoted by Dark Horse. Oh, Dark Horse, nice. As a 4-issue miniseries. But by the time the 4th issue appeared, 11 months after the first one, the quartet was being reframed as part of something longer. So this collection of those 4 issues duly stops mid-story, the publisher having opted to collect what they had rather than wait for a full run. And no further arc has been scheduled.
Ooh.
So fans of the artist know to accept this development. It isn't the first time in his bibliography that ongoing projects have become attenuated and then stopped going on.
Yeah,
So
that's not great.
Yeah, that sucks because I was really into it, and I think if
tell.
more people like that, I guess Grindhouse is a good look. Kung Fu,
It was rough, like
fantasy,
it was very, very
raw.
violent.
Yeah, violent.
Yeah, because
super violent.
Okay.
Grindhouse is gross.
Yeah.
I mean he's cutting
Shocking.
pieces off his
it's
arm.
trying to be like shocking.
right, but a
Yeah.
little Far Side in there, so it looks cute.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I saw one page of the art, and when you said Far Side, at first I didn't see it, but then when you pointed out their faces, I was
Yeah,
like, okay,
it's
I
just
get
a
it.
little bit. It
It's-
doesn't.
Their
they
faces are kind of cartoony. The rest of it's not nearly as.
It's more the
cartoony.
art style too.
Yeah,
like I said
very
in the last
smooth.
one, we're not good at
It's
that.
like smooth and rounded.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But then it's tossed in and mixed in with some like real gritty, raw,
Yeah, I got you. Yeah,
Grindhouse
that's awesome. That
elements.
sounds like
It's very fun to
amazing
read.
combination. Yeah.
I think I love too. This is a little side thing, but like I love when you have demons or something involving demons in the story, and they're like, it seems like John dies at the end. They kind of explained it as like, they got a lot of time on their hands, so they do gross, nasty
Yeah.
stuff. If they can turn something into something, it's probably going to be a dick or something gross,
Something gnarly,
like
yeah.
a pile of poop or something, because
Right.
they just they're delinquents, they're gross, and
They
they just have
revel in
all
the
this
nasty.
time. Exactly. So
Yeah.
these guys in this story kind of resemble that notion to me that I'm like, oh, this fits in with what I notice about demon stories. is
yeah.
they're always gross.
Yeah.
Like, and not just to be gross, but like
That's part of them.
Yeah,
Like, they're just
exactly.
nasty. The smell supposed to smell like
Exactly.
sulfur a lot of times. Just smell nasty, look nasty.
yeah, do gross things.
Do-
It's like
yeah,
but
yeah.
it's not gross to them to have a bunch of body parts
No, they
around
love-
you
they
because
love
they,
that.
they like it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
That's like happy times for
But
them.
I just love it. They just have a lot of time on their hands. They always do weird shit.
Yeah.
Like Dracula's
you're right.
though, like vampires, they kind of we're a little chill. We hang out,
For the most stories, yeah.
do dinner
I would
parties.
agree.
You know,
Yeah.
we might go out and suck some blood every now and
Yeah,
then,
we
but we
have to.
chill.
We have to.
You know, these guys. These guys get wild. I mean, they're crushing horses with their thighs.
Yeah, for
and,
funsies.
and feeding people, getting rich off their arm meat.
Yeah.
So it was a wild book.
It's got some concepts.
The slightly that tinge of weird kind of. I don't know. Makes my balls.
It made me
tingle a
want to
little
read
bit.
it, and then also very disappointed that I can't read it all.
It does suck. Yeah, like it really bums me out. I hate to dog on him while I'm like, oh, his book was great.
It was
but what
awesome,
the fuck, man?
Yeah,
Come
yeah,
on.
Yeah.
Like,
You're being fair. That's all.
I
That's all.
want-
You're
I-
being fair.
I just because I want to read it.
Yeah.
I mean,
it sounds
what-
awesome.
Yeah. What if the dude from One Piece was just like,
Nah, I'm done.
I'm gonna wait till I finish it all and then I'll
Yeah.
give it to you.
In 10 years,
Look at-
whenever I start getting towards the end, I'll let you know.
Yeah. Right. I'll hit you up.
Yeah.
I'll shoot you a text.
20 minutes before I put it out, I'll let you know.
Right.
You'll
yeah.
be 60.
Can you
but
facilitate all 1,000 episodes I'm gonna give you?
You'll be 60, so hopefully you're retired to watch 8,000 episodes in a row.
You can handle it. You can handle it.
You got it.
Right. I mean,
Netflix isn't by the hour.
It just sucks because I really want to finish it. I liked it. And he said it's supposed to be something bigger. So I'm like, cool. Because I feel like the master had something more to do with the story. And,
Yeah.
And it was a cool little neat thing they did when they showed the 5 villagers at first. They're all black, ghostly shapes.
Almost like a cutout. Like you can't see what they
It's
really look like.
yellow eyes.
Okay.
Like kind of, ghostly, just black though.
Okay.
And as they get introduced, when they show flashbacks of them, they show the character they've introduced. So like when they did Thunder Thigh's story, you could see him in the background now.
Gotcha.
With
Yeah.
4 ghostly characters around him. So then they introduced the cook, and now you could see 2
of
with 3.
them.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's
so I
cool.
thought that was really neat.
The little
And-
reveals, kind of.
Exactly.
That's
so I
cool.
had to wait a little while to see who it was.
See, that's all these great ideas.
Yeah, I know. I get excited when I'm telling you, and
Yeah.
then I think back and I'm like, damn it, they're not. It's like Deadwood, bro. I just never thought I'd finish it. And then
A tease,
so
kind of.
I'm gonna put a Google alert on for this James Stocco dude to be like, you
In
ever
10
finish
years,
this?
when he does finish it, you'll be set,
Man,
bro.
It'll be out right next to the Winds of Winter and Dreams of Spring, bro.
Yes, it will.
Been
It
waiting.
will.
I read Game. I read them.
I read them, I swear. They were better than the show.
You would never know that from a person who read Game of Thrones. They wouldn't,
They wouldn't
ever
tell
tell
you.
you
No.
that they read Game
You
of
have to
Thrones.
figure it out.
But I read it, and it really. But that and now freaking Orphan and the 5 Beasts, throw them right next to. That sucks, man.
That's weak.
Good writing, and then just nothing.
So-
booty juice.
So zero indication of when something might come of it.
Nah, man. I looked
Okay.
it up. Nothing. No news.
Wow.
He literally was like, "Yeah, it's gonna be bigger. Just you wait."
You wait.
And then nothing. That came out
Radio
in 2022. So
Wow. Okay, so that's
why I was like, yeah, that's
recent.
cool.
Oh,
So
I
it's
misunderstood.
Not
Okay.
super old.
No, that's better than I thought.
It's not 10 years ago.
That's
like-
way better than I thought we were talking here.
yeah.
Okay.
And I thought it was the full story too. I was so psyched.
Well, originally it should have been, right?
Yeah,
Isn't
he
that
said
what
he was
the
doing 4
article said?
issues, a 4-issue miniseries.
Miniseries.
But then he was like, only showed 2 demons.
Right.
And then he was like, just stopped mid-story to be like, hey, there's going to be this part of something bigger.
Right. Okay.
And then nothing's come of it yet.
Well, it's only been like a year or 2, so that's not crazy.
A year.
Hopefully
Hope he
soon.
comes. Yeah.
Hopefully soon.
Story, art, everything, 3 thumbs up.
Excellent.
For sure.
Well, it made me want to read it for real. I don't mind so much like you mind about if the story's finished or not. I can try to separate that from my enjoyment, but I think I'll read it. It sounds cool.
You're a brave individual. If I knew that going in, I might not have picked it.
A lot of people would have said the
what's
same
point?
thing. Yeah.
Just get me going until like, no, I can't release, man. I can't finish this.
Oh, man.
Yeah. All right. Enough about Orphan and the 5 Beasts.
right.
What you got?
All right. So whenever I pulled L, we laughed. We thought it was funny. We got the same letter as Matt did last week.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to the store and I was looking at the L's in the graphic novel section. I think there was 5, maybe 6 different
Oh wow.
graphic novels that had
Lot of
started
ch-
with the
A
L.
lot of choices.
Yeah, I was spoiled for choice,
Mm-hmm.
as they say. So I was like, last time I did a very mainstream Marvel comic. I'm gonna pick something a little different. So I saw this.
You went under the underground.
Yes, I did.
From what I can see
So
right,
yeah,
right here.
this is put out by a book company, not a comic book company. It's got it was written by Kathy Camper and illustrated by Raul III. The best part of this book is the art. The art is super awesome. It's all done with pens, like red, black, and blue pens. Everything in it is red, black, and blue pens throughout it. So it kind of gives it like a 3D quality with
It
the
does.
red and blue.
From here, it definitely looks like that.
Because a lot of cross hatching and stuff like that. So I saw the art, saw the name, Lowriders in Space, was psyched, was like, yeah, I'm getting this. Never heard of this Kathy Camper, never heard of the Raul III, but I saw the cool art and I got it.
Freaking
When I
Camper.
got home, I read a little bit of the stuff on it. This is apparently a book aimed at children and not dumb adult children, just regular children.
Like us.
Yeah. And so I was like, oh, cool. Like, that's good. Comics for kids. Like, that's amazing. There needs to be more. So I was like, cool, I'll check it out anyways. There wasn't much to choose from. Still cool art. I already had it home. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do the
You
review.
mean more comics for kids?
More comics for kids.
You think there should be?
Yeah. Yeah. I've seen whenever I go to the library and I see them. I'd go with my nephew sometimes and we'd look at them. And there was some. There definitely was some. But
They're pretty raw now, so
Well,
they're
that's what
definitely geared towards adults.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. They need exactly.
Even though it's a man in
mainstream,
tights fighting-
the mainstream superhero comics, really little kids shouldn't be reading them at all.
they're
Anyways.
pretty heavy too.
Exactly.
And also, a kid probably wouldn't know what the hell's going on.
He doesn't know the 80 years of continuity that they're drawing from.
I don't either.
That's what I'm saying, but he's a child.
What the hell are they talking
How are they
about?
supposed to know any of that?
Yeah,
stuff?
for real.
I don't know. I was a kid reading comic books. I guess I
So,
just didn't know anything.
Keep it simple. Like if anyone asks me, I'm like one shots.
Yeah.
Do
Yes, sir.
young,
Yep.
targeted one shots, right?
Yep.
You ain't got to know nothing. Just
or
who
3
this character
comics
is.
arcs.
Oh,
Like
yeah, yeah,
3
yeah.
issue arcs
Or
maybe.
miniseries, like
mini
just
series,
8.
Yeah.
This is only
Max.
8.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Get into that.
So I was like,
let's hear Lowriders.
Yeah,
in
it
space.
was a kid's book, so I went in with kind of low expectations of the story, but high expectations of the art, and I really wasn't disappointed. This is actually a partial Spanish comic book. All the characters in it are stereotypes of Spanish people. I'm guessing it was written by people of Latin descent. I kind of hope so.
Kathy Camper.
Yeah, but I don't know, man.
Who's it say it's written by?
That's it, Kathy Camper.
Kathy Camper?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Check her out. I would feel like Raul III probably is of Latin descent, so I don't think we need to check that one. But
Oh, she's an Arab American artist.
wow, oh, really? That's
Yep.
kind of cool.
Mm-hmm. There
All
she
right.
is.
So it's about 3 characters. We got Lupe Impala,
She's from Wisconsin.
which is I guess she's supposed to be like a devil rat, maybe a devil woman rat.
Oh, she's got horns.
Yeah, she's got horns popping out.
And
She
that's
looks-
a rat?
What is it? A dog?
Is it a dog? Might be a dog.
Maybe dog.
We're sorry, Kathy. We're having a hard time.
They look good. I don't know what animal.
Yeah, the art's great, but
Yeah,
I
and
can't
so
tell what
then-
I'm looking at.
And then we got a little squid man whose name is Flapjack Octopus. And they all work in the same garage, by the way. That's the framing of this story. They all work in a cool car garage, and they work on cars. They all have their own specialties. Lupe Impala is the basically all-around mechanic. She does everything mechanic and kills it. And then the little squid man just washes the cars, washes them so well that they like can win awards.
Because he's got a bunch of arms?
He's got a bunch of arms. You know why? Yeah,
Or
exactly.
legs.
He's got a bunch of legs, whatever you want to say. I guess his.
Oh, I see him going hard right there.
Yeah, his real name is El Chavo, or no, what?
You said Flapjack.
Yeah, Flapjack
Octopus.
Yeah.
Please call me Flapjack.
Yeah,
Mr.
yeah.
Octopus is my father.
My father. And then the last member of their little crew is Illyrio Malaria. Yeah, super
What, is he a
clever,
mosquito?
right? What do you think?
Yeah,
what do
he's
you
a
think?
mosquito,
He's
right?
a mosquito.
Illyrio.
Yeah, Illyrio Malaria.
Malaria.
It's not even clever. It just says malaria.
It's malaria.
It's not even close. They just said malaria. They thought that was clever, I guess. But so it's a kid's book. They're introducing the characters. Oh, we all work in the shop. We dream of owning our own shop. That's their goal.
Like
in the long
3
run.
shops. Oh, wait,
No.
they don't own it.
No, they work at a garage that their boss owns or whatever. So their dreams to have their own shop.
Is this about their climb to the top of their own shop?
Yeah, as long as it's condensed into 12 pages or whatever. But we'll get to that. It's not a long story, but we'll get there. So they all together want to own a shop together. So they don't have any money. They're like, how are we going to get money? And we work here. We can't put enough money away to buy our shop. So they see a poster for the Universal Car Show. The grand prize is your car full of gold or cash, both. Your car is stuffed with gold. They say a car load of like
Gold
cash
and cash?
Yeah,
Cash and cash.
cash and gold, cash, gold. And so they're like, well, we don't even have a car. How are we going to enter the Universal Car Show? And then they like remember, oh, we seen a junker over in the graveyard.
They got a fix it up montage.
Yeah, they get so that's actually probably the largest chunk of this comic book is their little fix it up montage, or it is. So everything happens that you would think would happen. Oh, we don't have money for buying parts. How are we going to get parts?
Steal them.
We're close.
Rob them at gunpoint.
So they just go digging through stuff and they find enough parts for a junked out car to fix it. Okay, fine.
I thought they'd
Kids
rob
book.
somebody.
Kids book. Okay, whatever.
They go on a crazy line of a crazy space heist.
That would have been way better than.
But they don't have a ship either. So now they have to build a ship first so they could go rob people to get money to fix the car to enter in the contest.
So they're stealing all the parts for their car. They don't have quite enough parts. They need some more parts. Oh, cool. There's a airport junkyard right next to the regular junkyard. So go over there. They find some rocket parts. Bring the rocket parts back. Fix up their car. Really dope with a bunch of rocket parts on the bottom and the top. And they make the car look dope. It's a lowrider. That's what they do. They like lowriders.
It looked like an El Camino. Was it an El Camino?
No, it's like a Bel Air or something, probably.
Okay. Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah. So they pimp it out. And, of course, the Mosquito is the paint guy. So he does cool pinstriping with his needle nose. So he goes in and paints a sweet paint job all over the car. They got their rocket parts on. Now they're like, let's test it out. We haven't even tested it out. We painted it, but we didn't try to turn it on. So let's try to test it out. They ended up turning on the key, and instantly the rocket parts shoot alive and start launching them up into space.
Oh, that's
like
how they...
Within like a page, they're on the ground, and then the next page, they're up in space like immediately.
I see that.
Immediately. The car does look admittedly pretty sweet.
It's like a rocket on the bottom. Why would they do that?
Yeah. So they didn't have enough parts, so they used rocket parts and other parts. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Don't think about it. Okay. So they start flying through space, and they have like a space montage, looking at all the cool stuff in space. Then all of a sudden, they're like, oh, no, what's that? That's the Northern Lights. Dale gas. Give it some gas. It's okay. So I forgot to say, a lot of times they say stuff in Spanish and then have a little asterisk to tell you what it means in English down at the bottom.
Nice.
But I guess living in Houston is kind of silly because like they
know
tell
what
you
it
what
says.
hombres means and stuff like that. And like, I don't know. It just seemed kind of silly to me. But it's for children.
It's for kids, yeah.
Not for me. So it probably makes a lot of sense. So it
was for you at one point.
They see the Northern Lights, and they can't get out of the way of the Northern Lights. So they end up running into the Northern Lights, and somehow the Northern Lights start sticking to their car. So the cool blues and greens of the Northern Lights get stuck to the outside of the car. So they're still flying through space, and then they get to, I think it was Mars. They get to Mars, a red planet, and the octopus is like, oh, I love this color red. He grabs dirt and stuff from the planet, and then
he just starts rubbing it all over his body.
Kind of does, actually. You're close. He uses his body to rub it in. Close.
Nice.
So he grabs it and he stains
all
the interior of this cool red. So now it's a really cool Mars red on the interior. So this big chunk of the story is them flying through space, hitting something, grabbing something, adding something to their lowrider. So they're taking like all bits and pieces from space and putting it all over their lowrider. So again, not for me, but
it sounds pretty sweet though.
It did sound sweet, and then I got bored of it kind of quickly. But that's what keeps happening. They keep flying around and adding new badass custom parts to their lowrider.
Yeah.
So they're cruising, and this whole time I think that the Universal Car Show is somewhere else. Like, it's the Universal Car Show. I thought they were flying in space to go to the Universal Car Show.
Right. That's what I was thinking.
No. The Universal Car Show is just the name of a car show on Earth.
Oh, wow.
That was like a mile from their house. And so, luckily, they flew into space and got all these sweet customizations all over their car. And then whenever they wanted to come back, they were just like, all right, we're back. They headed back.
Just turn the steering
wheel
around towards Earth.
We'll go back, and then they're like back, basically. They almost get sucked into a black hole, which gives them better hydraulics. By the way,
God, that's terrifying.
Yep.
What?
They almost sucked into a black hole, so they get heavy and light. Heavy and light is how they explained it, and so that means you can hop your hydraulics higher.
Can they do the jumping?
They jump. Yeah, the hydraulics, like, it's not just a regular low ride; it's like a hydraulics.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so they get super hydraulics, basically. They get out of the wormhole.
Space hydraulics.
Oh, no, they go through a wormhole. I'm sorry. That's how they get back to Earth. Okay. So they go through a wormhole and then pop out, like, right by Earth. They land. I'm guessing the Universal Car Show was literally, like, a mile from where they originally started. So they pull up, and, of course, their space car catches a lot of attention, as you might believe, because this is just a normal Earth car show.
This ship been in space.
It's a rocket ship, the interstellar rocket ship. So they're talking about how everybody's got cool cars. Dude, your car was space. It is a space car. Yeah. What do you think's gonna happen?
Did y'all see us fly in?
Yeah, we flew.
I'm sure it was on the news.
Do you see their steering wheel is like meteorites or something. Like
You see
it's
that
like
space
bling.
dust paint job?
Yeah, exactly. So
man.
the judges get to their car and they're judging their car. Oh, what do you think they win or you think they lose? It's a children's book, by the way.
They lost.
No, they won. I tricked you.
Oh,
Of
what?
course they won.
I thought they were going to lose.
Yeah, it would have been. I was thinking they were. I genuinely, when I was reading this, I was like, they were showing all the other cars, and they look kind of cool too.
Of course they're going to win.
And yeah. What was I
Their
thinking?
car was in space.
It was a space car. It had diamonds and shit all over it.
Yeah,
It was
man. That
super
Mars
super
dust is a
space car.
paint job. That's crazy.
And so at the end, they get their
From
reward.
Mr. Squiggles. What
They-
was
a
his name?
bunch of
Octopus
yeah.
paint job.
Uh,
What was his name?
Flapjack. Flapjack. Yeah. And so obviously they win, and they say, "What are you gonna do with your money?" "We're gonna buy a garage," and they say it all together. And then they basically fly off into the sunset, kind of. Yeah, literally like a western. They kind of drive off into the sunset
nice.
to buy their garage. So I was hoping they like lost and like some of them had cancer or something.
And
but-
then Flapjack pushes a button in the car. He should it, and they just fly into a mountainside.
something. Awful.
No, the second
but
book
it's a kid's
is
book. It was cool.
yeah, right.
It was cool.
Second book is about the inevitable fallout between friends trying to own a business together.
It says number 1. So
Oh,
they're,
shit.
they're planning on more. You might be right. You might be right.
Or they pulled a James Stokoe and just quit.
Well, they are just a book company. They're not used to putting out comic books, I wouldn't believe.
Right. Well, it's not a comic book, right? What did this be considered? A book, graphic
Oh,
novel?
I guess it would. Technically, I don't think it was released individually, so I guess it never was trade paper or trade single issue or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe this was the original kind. So it would be a graphic novel, I guess.
Right. Just straight release. Yeah,
Release.
because it didn't seem like it was
There's
separated
no-
by
no,
issues.
There's no spots where it shows between issues and stuff. And then at the end, it gives you a little like glossary of Spanish terms and what they mean, which I think is better than putting it on every single page. But
A list of palabras.
but so overall, I had fun for it being a kid's book. The art, genuinely, I was super
pretty
into
cool.
the art. It's literally 3-color art. It's red, blue, and black. All
Everything, the entire
night.
book.
Every single thing is either red,
I
blue,
saw
or black.
some of the shots of them in space at the car. Some of that looked really cool.
Yeah.
when they were driving into the Northern Lights.
Yeah, there
which
are-
super jealous. That's number 1 on my bucket list.
Right.
Not to drive into it, just to see it with my balls,
Right.
my eyeballs.
Yeah, those
Yeah, see,
pages.
those are really cool pages.
Yeah, like I said, the art genuinely got me through it for sure because it was set up like a children's story.
K Cheeto.
And so I made it through. It's worth mentioning that every page is fake stained, like brown, like it's a super old comic book that got some parts of it look like coffee stains, and then throughout the whole page it's just a darker brown. To
I
mimic,
see that.
To mimic like tobacco use and all that stuff.
I noticed it was yellow, but I didn't see the stains.
Yeah.
That's a good touch.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, that's why I'm not mad I bought this. I'm actually happy to add it to my collection.
sure.
Will I read it
I
again?
bet.
No, but
See-
I will look at the pictures every once in a while.
You bought one that doesn't continue, and you have no intention of reading it. The other ones.
No, probably not.
I have one that I was super into that
Yeah.
I did like, with full intention of continuous reading of that story.
I know. I remember you mentioned it a little bit because we try not to talk too much to each other about our what comics we're using. Blah 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 blah.
Oh yeah, I was mad. I was like, I'm done. I'm fucking done.
Yeah, that's not super usual for us, but it was really telling that he went out of his way to get mad and tell me that it wasn't continuing.
Oh man, that's
It does suck.
But no intentions of reading Lowriders in Space Volume 2.
If it was also up at the store.
What can Kathy Camper
Do
to
next
bring
time?
you to Volume 2?
Oh man, like I said, like I thought there was
Gratuitous sex.
I thought there was gonna be a twist at the end
Violence.
or something. Like they were gonna lose.
Oh, right.
Like something like that. I genuinely
Something a little dangerous.
just I knew it was a kid's book by this point, but I was like
You can't get mad at a toothless kid book, though.
yeah, I'm not. I just thought like maybe they'd do something crazy, but definitely not. It was.
Hey, they may. You don't know what volume 2 and 3
Like I
is.
said, I'm always happy to see more comic books for kids, so I'm not going to try to put it down. If you like Lowriders and pin art, then I would definitely recommend this series because the art in it is, I think, gorgeous. And then, like I said, it's 3-color pin art.
I do like pin art.
It's really
a
cool.
lot.
All right. That's all I got on Lowriders in space, bro. I didn't write down one thing for this review, actually.
Yeah, it didn't seem like you needed to.
No.
Like, bunch of rats fix their car. In volume 3, mosquito malaria gets framed for murder.
He kills all these people from malaria. Yeah, he's giving all his chicks malaria.
Just from it's like an STD
It's-
in that
yeah.
universe.
Yeah.
So like, no one seems to be excited they went into space.
Okay, so I kind of glossed that. You mean the actual people that went into space, or the people at the car show?
Oh, do the main characters discuss it?
They make a big deal. Yes,
Okay,
they're constantly like, "Wow, this is amazing."
Okay, because
And
that would be terrifying.
They appreciate it.
It'd be terrifying.
They appreciated it, I would say, is the best way to put it.
That's
Like,
good.
They were like definitely cognizant that it was an amazing thing to be happening.
I mean, if I was safely in space and knew I could get home, I'd probably enjoy it.
By the way, their top was down, I think.
I
most
saw
of the
that.
time in space. And they didn't have windows up ever.
I saw that.
And they were like jumping out a lot. Like just away from the car completely with no like suits on or anything. So that might confuse children maybe. But other than that,
You
it's
don't
cool.
need it.
It's cool.
That would be great. Then I would be fine. Just drive my car into space.
Well,
That'd
he's
be
like
awesome.
Silver Surfer at that point. If you can just cruise around the cosmos and not have to breathe.
Oh yeah, right. Just cruising. That'd be,
Yeah.
dude. That'd be sweet.
They go throughout the whole solar system.
I'd be afraid of getting lost though. I mean, there's no roadways. There's no.
You would only get lost.
Yeah,
There's
like I
nothing
mean,
but
immediately.
being
Okay,
lost.
but like, what if you were like Superman? He or Invincible, like someone who could easily fly through space without having to breathe or wouldn't die. Right?
Yeah, he gets like 2 weeks or something.
Yeah,
like
right.
that.
Invincible.
A long time.
But Superman can do it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you just rolled out from Earth and was like, all right, I'm just going to go that way for this long. I mean,
In a perfect straight line?
Yeah.
You would, if you can somehow go in a perfect straight line, then yeah, I guess you could not get lost.
but as soon as you stop and start turning and looking
you're
around.
done, so.
Yeah, exactly,
You're done,
right?
so. I
That's
feel
so-
like.
Yeah, you'd just be flying forever.
I
being
mean,
like,
it's comic book, so tons of people do it. But
You might want to learn your stars before you.
yeah, the constellations.
Yeah.
And maybe some like trigonometry or something.
Yeah, to be like, okay, I need to go that way.
Yeah, like
For
there's Orion.
3 years.
I see. Yeah, I took a quarter of a degree
Okay.
turn.
He flew to the sun a bunch of times, right? So that's 93 million miles away. So I think he got a fairly good grasp on at least from here to the sun.
Yeah, true. Well, you can see, the sun.
But I mean, what if the government was like, all right, Superman, we need you to, see, it doesn't work because their universe is full of aliens and stupid shit out there. But like, okay, someone that could do that in our universe.
right.
The government would eventually be like, we need you to roll for NASA.
Oh yeah, I think
need you
within
to
the first
fly.
5 minutes they would
Oh,
probably
right.
have.
Go to Mars, please. Take some pictures. Bring some dirt back. We want to know. Right?
Definitely.
So something. But then they would get, okay, we need you to go further. We need you to go further. Go see what Neptune's like. And
Of
then,
course, they would. You'd give an inch, they'd take a mile.
Exactly. Well, then the hypothetical, the stuff they believe is out there, but don't know for sure. That's
Just
what
go in this
we need-
direction. There
we need-
might be something out
We
there.
need you to check this out. Like, that's crazy, though,
Yeah.
right? I mean, if you're invincible and invulnerable, you get lost. You're just in
Lost
space forever.
Oh, that's bad.
See what I mean? At that point, I feel like
That's
I would
scary.
just be like, all
That's
right,
open water fear type
I'm not
stuff.
looking for Earth anymore.
That's open water to the max.
Oh, that's worse than
That's what
open-
I'm saying. That's
open
water is
blackness
just
and
open
just-
water, but
oh,
space
this-
is nothing.
The sky is full of stars, yet when you get out there, it's just nothing.
dark.
Just
There's nothing for the
blackness.
light to bounce off of. That's how you
Out
get
there.
light, is by it bouncing off of something.
Very
And
confusing.
so there's nothing for it to hit while you're out in space. So everything becomes extra extra dark.
And it's a vacuum, so no noise, no.
That's
hey,
worse.
that planet sounds like they're partying hard. I'm gonna go down
Yeah,
there.
there's no sonoscope or whatever.
Exactly.
They're not
So
listening.
I feel eventually, if I got lost, I would be like, I'm not looking for Earth anymore.
anything.
I'm just picking a direction
Yeah.
and I'm going until I find something.
anything.
Bro.
Yeah.
'Cause, I mean,
anything's better than nothing.
Law of probability. There's got to be something out there.
Yeah, eventually.
Something.
Eventually.
Yeah. Right.
And you can always change your course if you actually see something.
Oh well, yeah. You don't have to be
Yeah.
like, no, that planet
Only-
looks green
yeah.
and blue. I'm gonna keep going.
But it's slightly off course. You can't do
I
that.
can't do that.
No.
No, you go find something.
Yeah.
That's exactly
You're right.
what I would do.
You're right.
It's a crazy concept to think about. I would want to go see a black hole.
Yeah.
I would want to see those things that dwarf the sun.
Yeah, that's just yeah.
Can
I
you
know what you're
imagine
talking about.
getting in range with your eyeballs to see that? Like, you would
You
think
couldn't
you're still
comprehend
flying
it.
in space.
Yeah,
probably.
you wouldn't be able to comprehend it. I feel
You
like.
you would be looking at a planet and not know that that's how big it. Oh, that's scary, bro. That's so.
Yeah,
I get freaked out
for
when I
real.
stand at the bottom of skyscrapers and look straight
up.
That freaks me out.
It looks like they're bending over you, over your top.
Giant cruise ships, those freak me out too. Just like ants in there. But to the ocean, that cruise ship ain't shit,
No,
bro.
it's like a tiny little.
It's just-
less than a speck.
It's just forces beyond me. That's like, oh man, that's insane. Like
Yeah.
that scares me.
People call that like a phobia or something, but a phobia is an irrational fear, and I feel like that's
Exactly.
super rational actually. So
Hey,
I
man.
don't think you could call it a phobia.
I appreciate that.
yeah,
It made me
I'm
feel
honest about that.
I
for
feel like
real.
it's a legit fear.
It is. It's
I mean,
like people are afraid of alligators. What's your problem? They eat people all the time. That's my problem.
Yeah, they're terrifying. What do you mean?
Yeah, that's not a phobia.
I mean, I'm not gonna see one and
Poisonous
be like,
snakes. I don't like when
"Ah!"
poisonous snakes get near me. I have a phobia of poison. No,
No.
you're just not an idiot.
Yeah, exactly. There's a line where it's rational to irrational.
Yes. Balloons or clowns or anything like that.
I mean,
That-
people
I guess a
think
clown
clowns are freaky.
could actually hurt you too. But balloons,
We're thinking PTSD.
shrubs.
But no, yeah, the weird stuff where it's just like,
I knew somebody that was afraid of shrubs, not trees, not grass, shrubs.
did
just
they get
shrubs.
beat with like a bush
I
switch or something? Like,
genuinely don't know what the
every
deal
time they
was.
got punished,
I didn't ask.
I got thrown in a bush.
Something. It was
I
deep.
mean, it has to be something
It was
like
deep.
that, right?
It was something deep for
Not
sure.
to dive into this dude's shit.
Yeah,
but like,
yeah. That's why I didn't say.
Do you wanna say his name?
specific- Yeah.
Do you
any
wanna say
specific-
it?
No specific.
He still lives around here, right?
yeah,
You want
yeah.
to say his address? All right. This is that the Matt versus Adam. This is Matt versus Adam. We're gonna do Marvel, right?
Oh, excellent.
Marvel. All right. So this is where we pick a TikTok filter that is a random Marvel, this time Marvel character generator, and we see who would win in a fight.
And we have to argue it, even if it's silly.
Ooh,
Let me see.
I got Null,
Nuh-uh.
the God symbiote, bro.
What?
I am
How
one
do
and
you-
I am 1-0.
Yeah.
We'll let you go next or first next time
Okay.
and see if that does it.
Okay.
But you know, we
Let's
don't
see.
know who you got.
Let's see. I can't even read it. Oh, Doctor Strange.
All right. I mean,
So that's not as bad as the last one.
It's
I
not.
would say.
It's
I'd
not.
say this one's a little closer than the last one.
I mean, Doctor Strange probably got some weapons.
Exactly.
You got some weapons.
yeah.
I mean, what can I do? What is he's the symbiote king, right? The
Yeah,
god
so he
of the
controls
symbiotes.
all symbiotes, right? Basically.
Yeah, I mean,
those
yeah.
ones with the spiral faces. I know that,
Dudes.
And then he can make like giant dragons.
Yeah,
as
I think
well.
anything with
He
symbiotes.
he
just
uses
control
the
it,
he
right?
uses the necro sword too, right?
Yeah, well, he
was
had
the
it.
creator of the necro sword.
We'll say without it. I mean, he created it, but he doesn't have it.
Have it?
As
Okay.
far as I also, I believe he's dead because
Yeah,
Eddie
in the-
Brock is the King in Black
Yes.
now, right? Or
Yeah.
King Venom or
I
something,
didn't read
something
it,
like
but
that.
yes, that happened.
I
like,
listened
a
to
little
it.
while back.
Comics Explained. Shout out. What's his
Yeah,
name?
Comics
Rob.
Yeah,
Yeah, that dude's great.
yeah, he's amazing.
Yeah. It gives me, yeah, that's what I wanted to kind of do with this is like give people, like let them listen to something they don't have time to read necessarily.
Yeah.
All right. So, Null, let's see, I got, this is their site. Let's see.
What you got, boy?
Show me what you got. You're Doctor Strange. We know
Yeah.
what you got.
Yeah.
You got a large arsenal.
I kind of honestly was gonna look up the actual Marvel number ratings.
Oh yeah,
Are you-
try it. See what that's
I'm
like.
about to do right now.
If they have one for Null. So I have
I'm sure they
superhuman
do.
strength, speed, and durability.
Yeah.
Constituent matter generation and manipulation. Dark energy manipulation. Supreme umbrakinesis.
Umbrakinesis, maybe.
Umbrakinesis. Made me sound like I'm.
I don't.
I'm
That was a
making,
question. That was a genuine.
Well,
I don't
you
know.
said it way better
It
than
sounded
I did.
like it.
Umbrakinesis.
Oh wow, with the K. I think either way would actually work.
Yours
At first,
sounded
I was
better.
gonna say mine, but when I look at it,
Symbiote domination.
Yeah.
Symbiote creation. Healing factor, shapeshifter, immortality, flight, and I'm a skilled hand-to-hand combatant.
Yep.
This obviously ain't going down as a fist fight.
no.
This
I
is
mean, we
some-
could. That might be actually pretty
It's gonna
interesting.
be straight whiz biz, bro. Some crazy whiz biz.
Doctor Strange. Okay, so, yeah, so I got tons of tricks up my sleeve.
Yeah,
just like so many things that I can't even think of a specific one. You know what I mean?
This feels like the one guy you would want against me,
Yeah, he's up there.
right?
I would
Yeah.
say he's up there for sure.
I mean, Sorcerer Supreme.
Exactly.
Got the eye, man. And this isn't MCU. We're talking comics.
Yeah, exactly.
So
We all pretty
he's-
much always base it.
He's freaking
comics.
incredible in the comics, bro. Like crazy.
yeah.
I read a comic where he was with the Avengers or the X-Men, and they just marched through a facility and they didn't have to fight once. He was like, hold on. Did a spell.
Oh,
that
yeah.
guy just let him walk through, and he did like 10 different spells on the way in.
Yeah.
And they were like, Wolverine, and everyone like, yo, that was easy. He was like, yeah, I got this.
I got this. Yeah, he's up there, dude.
So, I mean, he would definitely have a shot.
Illusions by themselves, which are like simple for him, are super effective on just regular people. You know what I mean? Like, if you think somebody's the bad guy, he can get you to shoot your best friend.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd go taking it dark. I'm just saying, like, he's really, really powerful, and they do portray him as super powerful. in
yeah,
the
exactly.
comics.
So
I
you
will
got
say that.
mastery of magic, skilled martial artist, genius level intellect, and expert surgeon.
Expert surgeon.
That's what it says.
I did not know that. Here's my powers and durability and all that.
There you
All
go.
right, so on the Marvel site, the durability rating is a 3. The energy rating though is a 6. Fighting skills a 3. Intelligence only a 4, which I think is
What?
kind of weird. That's the
He's
only
brilliant.
right. And then speed 7. That's as high as it goes.
He's a
actually,
fast little
that's
guy.
yeah, that's everything.
He's a fast, dumb guy that can do magic.
Yeah,
What?
how is he dumb?
Damn,
I guess
Marvel be-
compared to super geniuses, he's dumb. He's only a surgeon and a mystical artist. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean,
I don't
guess.
know. But
Is
then,
Null, you got Null's little numbers?
no,
there?
I'm about to do that one next. The last
right.
thing he has is strength, and that's a 2.
Yeah, but I mean, again, so many tricks, man. He's got books. He's got spells. He's
Yeah.
got magical items.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's like a magic
This
Batman
is-
almost. He's got stuff to fix stuff. You know what I
this
mean?
is we're walking down the street. You just got a hot dog. I was out with a girl. Night's over. We're walking down the street. We see each other. There's no prep time. We're scrapping.
right.
Hey, dog. I know you. I know you too. Clap.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think in the actual scrap, Null would win.
I mean,
In an actual physical without all the other powers, I think Null would actually probably win.
I have matter manipulation. I mean that, but so does Doctor Strange. I think anything this dude has besides symbiote domination and symbiote creation, and maybe immortality,
Yeah,
shape shifting, maybe healing factor. Doctor Strange has most of this stuff.
yeah.
I mean, there's not a lot left. Actually, I named quite a bit.
I couldn't. I don't know why I couldn't find.
It's
the
weird. I want to say Doctor Strange.
search. Really?
Like, I know Null in the comics was built up to be a big bad. So
Yeah.
I get it that
Yeah.
my natural inclination is to say him.
yeah.
But, like, I want to say Doctor Strange. Obviously, whoever's writing the comic, whoever they want to win will win.
Of course.
But within the feats that we're aware of, I feel like Doctor Strange could definitely go against Null and possibly win.
He's got like 80 years of experience over Null.
And Null's been asleep for a while.
Yeah.
Right? He was dead or something
Oh
for a
no,
long
you're right.
time.
Null was old as hell. I'm
No, he's a
completely
god.
wrong. Yeah, I was completely wrong.
Yeah, he's not an elf, is he? He's like something like that.
No, I'm trying to find his thing right now. Yeah, so that one's obviously closer. So I think it's less fun to argue the ones that are closer. Honestly, the total mismatches crack me up. Yeah,
So he was here before the Celestials arrived.
right. He's like part of the like blackness or
Primordial deity. Yeah, he was
Yeah.
just some black goop floating around.
something. Yeah.
That was him. I mean, with all that said, like, it feels like everything wants to say Null, but
Yeah,
man, I mean,
Okay, so I broke it down like this last time. If it's comic books,
no, he doesn't have numbers.
I couldn't find it.
I didn't
no.
think he would.
So I broke it down kind of like this last time. If it was comic books, and the storyline is different from what happened in the comic books,
I'm a bad
Null,
guy again.
yeah, Null is trying to take over the Earth, and Doctor Strange is the one who, I messed that up. And Doctor Strange was the one who had to stop him in the comics. That's right.
Yeah.
He was the only one there. Of course, Doctor Strange would win somehow because he's the
Right.
good guy. So you can always argue that in the comics, most of the time, the good guy is going to win. So if you want to be pedantic about it and kind of be like, well, actually, if you want to pull it, well, actually, as you know, in the comics, the bad guys usually lose,
Well,
and the good
obviously,
guys
yeah.
win. So that's not fun.
The second time around. First time around, bad guy kind of wins.
Oh, it has
sometimes.
to for
He'll
the
come
story
off
to
the floor
continue.
with them for a
Yep.
second, and then
Yeah, you're
so
right.
I think we
You're
got.
right.
I'm going Null, man. I mean, we got to right.
Ugh,
I got superhuman strength, speed, and durability, matter, generation, and dark energy manipulation. I mean,
Yep.
I don't even know how the hell to use that, but I got it.
Damn,
bro.
for the second time, I have to agree with you.
Also, I could create just an army of freaking symbiotes
Yeah.
to go after.
So even
you.
if I'm doing my pretty badass spells, it's going to be hard. Very,
you're
very
gonna have your
hard.
hands full, man.
Yeah, I think you're actually. I hate to admit it, but
All
I
right.
think you're right.
We could do this out of 100 times.
Okay,
You
I like
probably
this.
win. How many times you think? 2, 3, or more than that?
More.
10.
Yeah, at least.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little more than
So like
1 or 2.
10%, 15% of the time, I would definitely come out.
I feel
50% of the
yeah.
time, every time.
Every time. That doesn't make any sense.
At all.
So no, Matt got so
Ah,
that's
2-0.
2-0.
This is
Which
embarrassing.
who cares? It doesn't matter.
Oh no, screw you, man. It's super embarrassing. I take it very seriously. I think about this very hard, and I put my best foot forward every single time.
All right, we'll see next week, bro.
All right, I'm getting ready for it.
All right, everyone. So that's been the show.
Yeah, thanks for coming out.
Y'all have a good one.